What about it, YouTube? Alright, you smart-ass motherfuckers. Okay, so anyway, it's, yeah. 3 chords the whole way through, who would have thunk it? Yeah, and, anyway. I just appreciate it. You know, I can't control what you guys do. Although I can come up and clean the comments out when somebody decides to just drop a shit bomb in my comments that has nothing to do with anything but them trying to be an asshole. Or run some game theory like, this is boring, I gotta go. Okay, just go. Just go. Nobody's asking you to stay. And guess what? Your comment's gonna go just like you did. Okay? That's how that works. So, yeah, I just appreciate it. You know what I mean? If I do a video, I mean, I don't care. You can like it or not. I don't give a fuck. If you're not gonna like it, it'd be nice if you explain why. And if you're not gonna like it, or if you're gonna leave a negative comment or whatever, a disgruntled comment, say something. Say something. Say something. Say, hey, dude, I was watching your, video on money, and it didn't rub me right in this respect or something. And then give me a chance to respond, or give me a chance to think about what it is you might not agree with. Okay, that's the purpose of the whole thing. If you don't want to be here, then go. Nobody's asking you to be here. I just remember that song was in the same capo position as the Tom Petty song. Kind of cool. The Smiths. Old House is the song. It's a great song. I would rather not go back to the old house. Very pretty. Anyway, Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff going on. Might as well just kind of break into some weird shit, you know. I absolutely do not believe for 1 second that any kind of shooting happened in South Carolina. I'm right here in North Carolina. The great thing about where I live and the people around where I live, the blacks don't get excited. No, I mean, yeah, I mean, we have our own whatever, local issues or whatever. Sure, you know, you have your own local whatever, but it's like it just keeps pace with whatever was going on anyway. It's not, we're not persuaded and pushed by the local thing, and I think that was kind of a backfire on this phony situation in Charleston. I mean, where's the dead bodies? And look at these people on TV. They're such bad actors. Nobody shows any remorse, instantly forgiven. And isn't it interesting how like a real event will take place and the emotions, like the script will get flipped so that everybody runs around hating cops or making a black against white narrative like, oh yeah, it's racist, whatever. And then all these emotions get overexcited when all that happened was some cops were responding to some idiot that couldn't fucking behave, and sometimes they get shot or sometimes they get put to the ground or whatever. I mean, it would happen to anybody. If you can't fucking behave, this is what happens. This is why we pay police, right? But that script gets flipped, and then people do marches, and people run around and try to create something. And I guess this is a North thing. I don't know what you fucking idiot racist Yankees are pulling up north or have been pulling for decades up north. But it's not happening here. And everybody around here knows who the racists are. Everybody around here knows it's the Yankees, and it doesn't matter black or white. If you're a Yankee, you're that's worse than any other word you could maybe dream up right now. So, yeah, Yankee. That's like a real thing. And, you know, a lot of them move down here and bring their money and act pompous and act like they own the place. But the Southern attitude, the Southern way of dealing with blacks and blacks dealing with whites is not one of contention. Not one at all of contention. We're completely integrated with each other. We speak with each other kindly. We joke. We open doors for each other. We call each other sir. There isn't any kind of this retarded shit going on, and and I think that's why they had a hard time in South Carolina, and that's why there was that hashtag of go home. You know, whoever it was trying to do the race baiting and do the marches and shit. Even though probably a lot of people believe the narrative that it's true, they don't want to jump on this like our town will now be known as, you know, the town that got gun control passed. Or our town will now be known as the town where, you know, idiots ran up and down the street and made the cops, you know, burnt cars down and made the cops run around. And no, not around here. It's not going to happen around here. You're going to have to pull you Shylocks that are running things, that are pulling these scripts. That, you know, you guys run the media, right? You Shylocks run the media. You Shylocks run the banking. You Shylocks run the porn. You Shylocks, every time there's something shitty that happens and you go over and look underneath the rock that's covered in shit, you find a Shylock, okay? I'm sorry, it's not my fault. It's not my fault that every time you look and it's historical and you guys have this reputation and you guys have been routed out of I don't know how many places, but it's all because you don't know how to behave and interact and just deal in a fair manner with other people, you know, and that's not my fault. That's not my fault, okay? You want to talk about racism? That's not my fault, okay? If you want to talk about racism, everyone's being played. Everyone's being played by the same racial aspect, I guess you would call it. I mean, I just call them Shylocks because, I mean, there's good people in every group. But these Shylocks are just, like I said, underneath every rock of shit. So when it comes to the rock of shit of Charleston, you're not gonna pull your shit. All you liars and all you scum, you listen to the interviews. And love will conquer hate, and they're smiling and stuff. This is not normal reaction to somebody who's had their family slaughtered for no good reason by anybody. I mean, go to Chicago, all right, and when 9 people die every 10 minutes, okay, go and interview them and say, what do you think? And see if their reaction is, oh, love will conquer hate, and we forgive, and what? Are you serious? There's like 5 stages of grief, folks, And you can only imagine if you had something happen to you that was real, that was like this scenario, this narrative that's being portrayed. You can only imagine. Now compare that to what they show you on CNN. Now compare that, okay? Just see what I'm saying is true and see all the different, I mean, all you got to do is just do 5 seconds of research. You can see that there's nothing but controversy and it doesn't add up. It just does not add up. It never happened. It never happened. How many people went to this place? Like 11 or 10? 10 people went, and then supposedly the story is like, he says, oh, and he's like able to reload, and he's like walking in like Rambo, and he weighs 120 pounds, and the whole thing just stinks to high heaven, and sits with him for an hour, and takes 6 months to plan a thing where he sits for an hour and then shoots 9 people out of 10. 10 people attend this church, really? I mean, seriously, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's possible, but it's some historic church that's been around forever. Senators and everybody goes there, state senators, and only 10 people can show up, and then he leaves the one last parishioner to tell the story. That's the thing. Like, did I shoot you? Oh, good, because someone needs to tell the story. Anderson Cooper's telling the story. He'll tell the story, and then the person that he's interviewing will be like, yeah, smiling, yeah. Well, we just, it's so fake. It's so fake. I implore people, I would say that ever since JFK, there has not been one major event that has been televised that has not been faked. I'm being honest. And I know that's going to like freak people out. And see, I hate to even bring this up because I'm afraid it's going to be like, oh, well, let's discuss this or that or the other. But I just don't believe any of it. You can go back and look at anything. You can go back and just read the body language and just really analyze. You know, the news is only there as an emotive construct, something to shape society, a tool of the social engineers for behavior modification. You're being led around. You don't even realize the choices you're making, the decisions you're making, and the thoughts in your head are being molded for you. Because dare not that you would, tap in and have your own, thoughts and get to know yourself and really get to know the world. No, God forbid, because then you'd be able to realize that all these people are just shysters running you. And so, what do? I mean, I don't watch TV, but in a way, then I miss out. Like, I missed out for like days on how much of a shyster thing this was in South Carolina. But what got me thinking that it has to be a shyster thing is that there was that hashtag of go home, and I was like, and I wasn't hearing anything locally, so it was just even more like, what's going on? I mean, if 9 people died and got slaughtered and everything and blah, 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 what's going on? Go home? What's going on? So I started looking into it. Then I see Anderson Cooper. Then I see how CNN and all the rest of them are running this thing. And they're trying to label everyone as a terrorist, or label this guy's a terrorist. That way it opens the door for anyone who might, you have a rebel flag? Oh, that's a sign of terrorism. Why didn't anybody inform? I mean, some of these friends of his, they're saying he had plans to shoot up a college. I mean, some of these friends of his are black. I don't know. The narrative is just so crazy and strange and twisted. And they didn't report it, right? But now the doublethink will be that just holding a rebel flag will be report enough. Like, all that takes is just one social justice warrior to see you with a rebel flag, and now you're a terrorist. You're a terrorist threat, and you'll be rounded up and dealt with as a terrorist because of this guy, whatever, this actor. It's all acted. Anyway, out of time again, folks. Hope you like the music, huh? Lost my pick. Fun times with guitar, folks. I'm really running out of time. This has been fun. Leave a comment, say something stupid and trollish.